If you're still wasting money buying brand new presents in 2026, you are doing it wrong. Go to your local thrift store or Goodwill outlet and you can guaranteed find something that is really cool and just as awesome as a brand new gift would be, but for pennies on the dollar. I personally have not bought new gifts in such a long time. I normally take anything that I do find from a thrift store or Goodwill outlet, and of course I sanitize it and I make sure that it is really clean. However, I also don't really want to go and spend upwards of $50 on a new present when I can find perfectly good items at the Goodwill outlet. I love going to the Goodwill outlet and I love showing you guys all of the cool things that I can find whenever I go thrifting. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more and follow along as I try to find the best deals possible in this very tough economy. The Goodwill outlet is a mishmash of a bunch of different things, but most of the time they have a pretty even split between clothing items and just like household decor, electronics, all of that kind of non-clothing and apparel items stuff. Depending on when and where I go to the Goodwill outlet, I split my time between getting the clothing items and getting the non-clothing items. If I'm visiting my parents, I get the non-clothing items because most of the time my mom is looking to redecorate something in her house, or she's just trying to find a couple of different really nice items for the house, decor items. All of my family loves changing up the way we decorate things fairly often, so whenever she can, she goes down to the outlet or thrift stores or something like that in order to find a really cool item and replace something that she's gotten bored with in the house. If I'm going alone, I normally spend a lot of time in the clothing section trying to find clothes that I really like. Much like my mom with her house decor, I really like switching up my style a lot, and a lot of times I can't really justify spending so much every couple of weeks or months whenever I feel like changing things up on new clothes from the store. So I go to the Goodwill outlet and I find a bunch of old stuff and I basically take it home, I desanitize it, and I make sure that it looks as good as new. I have found that a little bit of bleach goes a really long way in making your clothes look brand new again. Every time I run the laundry these days, I basically put in just a little bit of bleach, and all of my clothes, I swear, are so nice these days. They're like bright, they're much softer. Although I have to say that's probably because of the vinegar I put in. I don't mix the two though. That is something that you should be cautious about because I think that mixing the two, vinegar and bleach, does like some really harmful stuff. Never mix chemicals unless it says that it's okay and you're like verified that it's okay. But typically either washing with vinegar or with bleach will help a lot with like softness and brightness of clothing items, and it definitely helps whenever you're bringing stuff home from the Goodwill outlet. I was going to the Goodwill outlet with my mom this day, and they still had so much Christmas and like Halloween and like Thanksgiving stuff. I thought it was so cute. I saw that little pumpkin thing and I was like, I kind of want it, but at the same time I know that I'm not really gonna wear it, so I'm not actually going to buy it. And that's something else that I've recently learned and continue to learn every time I go to the Goodwill outlet, like being really mindful of what it is that I'm trying to buy and making sure that I'm not just buying something because it might be cheaper than it would be at like a normal store. I really want to make sure that whenever I spend money in 2026, it's for a reason that actually brings me joy and I actually need to spend that money. Everybody knows that we're in a really tough economy right now. It's like almost a recession. I don't think they've officially called it a recession yet, but like, let's be real, everybody's having a little bit of a budgetary issue right now. So that is one of the ways that I have been trying to save money and just trying to be more mindful of the things that I purchase. A lot of times people can get into like consumerism and really like overconsumption culture, and my way of trying to curb that is just like kind of doing a Marie Kondo before I even buy something of like, does this bring me joy and will it bring me joy when I actually have have it at home, and will I actually wear it or use it at home? And oftentimes I found that whenever I ask those questions to myself, I end up not actually needing the thing that I'm about to buy. And it's really applicable to like all walks of life too, which is really, really nice, because I am one of those people who goes to the like grocery store and then I look at everything and I'm just like, I want it all. Although I don't really need it all. So asking myself those questions and making sure that whatever I do buy is actually something that I need and something that'll bring me joy beyond just like the act of purchasing it has helped me so much. This day there were a lot of different cute items. A lot of the time though, I've noticed that the Goodwill outlet, depending on where I'm going to the Goodwill outlet, does not necessarily have things that are in my size. Like this is at my parents' house and a lot of these items did not really fit me, so I didn't end up getting anything in terms of a clothing item. I did buy some jewelry though that I found, and I really, really love buying jewelry from the Goodwill outlet. Once again, I'm kind of always switching up my style, making sure that everything feels fresh and feels new. So being able to buy like different kinds of accessories and stuff from the thrift store is one of the ways that I'm able to do that without breaking the bank. I also found this Gucci purse. I doubt that it's actually like real Gucci, but it was kind of funny. And I know that there are some people who actually have found really cool and really expensive name brand and luxury brand items at like different kinds of thrift stores. Now, of course, that is pretty rare. It doesn't happen all the time. But whenever it does happen, you're like, I really lucked out and I'm really glad that I'm here today. They were switching out the carts, and this is one of my favorite times to be at the Goodwill outlet when they switch out the carts, because I always think that the parade of carts and like seeing everybody do a mad rush at the new cart is kind of funny to watch. My mom found these pants and they were just like, they were polka dot pants, and I don't think that either one of us are really into the polka dot vibe, so we didn't take it, but I did think that it was pretty funny seeing that in the store. You can see literally everybody kind of like going over there and like lining up around the like cart, and that is just one of the funniest things about shopping at the Goodwill for me. Is it's always so like weird seeing everybody rush over to a brand new cart. I know why they do it, it's just I have never been brave enough to actually enter into the foray myself, if you will. That is basically it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate it if you've watched this far. I will see you guys next time. Bye.